It's cold. Welcome back to Digging Holes and Setting Poles. We're starting a brand new job today. Here's our spot. So we got a local church. We're going to go ahead and be putting in a full-size playground. We'll be putting in I believe a 4-bay swing set. And then on the other side of us back here, we will be installing a all-inclusive spinner, and we will be putting in a what they call a infinity climber complex. So we'll show you what that's going to be all about. We're going to go ahead and start unpacking. We're going to go ahead and start getting some of these toys out of the way, get our equipment situated, and then we're going to start moving some mulch. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and move the toys. Got little houses to move and little crawlers to move, and I don't know what we're going to do about this. I guess we're going to take it off the building somehow. But this is where the playground's going, right in this vicinity right here. And then, of course, the swing set's going to be going right there up against the fence line. So I'm going to go ahead and get these toys out of the way. All right, we've got everything moved up out of the way. We're going to start going ahead and getting through our materials, do our inventory. This job was already delivered, so we're going to go ahead and start sifting through the pieces and the parts that we have. See if we can find our installation manual. And ice. Nothing there. Could that be it underneath you? Over here. We got paint. We got parts. We got more parts. Oh, I think we got a book. There we go. All right, we'll get our book out, we'll get our table set up, and we'll go ahead and get started. It's like an old school ice cube maker. Look at that. Throw in your coffee. All right. Joey's gonna go ahead and get us unpacked. We just got late breaking news. There's a septic tank under here. So when you call 811 and they come out and locate your utilities, they don't necessarily tell you where private things are. So we are about to go on the hunt for a septic tank and see what we can find, and see if we can find a leach field in here. And see if we don't have to relocate the playground. So that's the plan. Well, the good news is it has not gotten any warmer out here yet. But what we do have is we've just finished the layout, talking with the folks that are the property owners. We are currently looking for a septic tank someplace back in this vicinity, but you can see from all of the yellow tape, we've got our lines all marked on where we're going to go. So again, let's go ahead and flip this around and take a look and understand what we've got. So there was a change in plans on the overall design. So what we've done is we've used this corner of the fence and basically this entire area that has been laid out in the yellow tape. So our playground is now going here. Originally, we were going to go up against this area, but because of the septic tank and its unknown location, we've been given the go-ahead to go ahead and move the playground over to this section. So everything inside that yellow line, that's where our playground is going. And then if we take a couple of steps out, what we'll take a look at is where we've put the new location for the swing set. So what we've got here is our entire border area that goes all the way down. So this entire perimeter, the safety use zone for this, is going to be 58 feet by 32. So we've gone ahead and taped off our 32 by 58 so we know where it's going to go. And then we've measured out our center. And every place you see one of these yellow tapes across is where we're going to be putting a swing post. It's an arch type post with the beam running down the center. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this particular swing set is going to have 4 bays. So we're going to have 5 of the arches installed. So we've got everything laid out. We're going to continue to look for this septic tank, see what we can find. Joey's done a fine job on doing our inventory. Here's those arches for that swing we were talking about. So these arches, that's of course where the center post is going to be going, all the way down the middle. So there's those. Maybe we'll be digging those holes first. But these guys are going to keep looking, and we're going to see what we can find in terms of a septic tank and or a line. And once we've got the all clear on that, we should be able to go ahead and start moving mulch and getting ready to dig. Well, again, here we are trying to get our work done, and we've got no, we called our 811 in. We've got a gas line up against the building. They tell us it runs all the way down this way. We're not sure, so we went and hooked up our locating gear today. We're going to go ahead and do the inductive and hope that this gas line is steel all the way through. We've got everything all cleaned up down there, got it attached. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't find this. I'll make sure I turn the volume down this time so we don't annoy the hell out of everybody, but we did make an attempt to dig a hole where we were told. So the meter's over there. They said they believe it runs alongside the building. We're down about 2.5 feet, so I don't have anything in here. Let's we'll just do the we'll do the volume at 1 click here. Hopefully that's not too loud on the phone. All right, we'll set our frequency to the, we're running, oh, that's a good sign. We've got some noise. So it appears. Our arrow is pointing us this way. All right, so it's not over our hole anymore. Oh, it's saying right there. Let's see what our measurement is. Look at that, it's telling us 2'3" down right there. So we're off a little bit from our hole. So I don't know, maybe we'll go ahead and dig real quick, but this is a pretty good indicator that our gas line is steel and it is down there. So definitely nowhere near where we're working, and probably continues on down out to the parking lot. So let's go find out. All right, so there's that gas line over there again. So we're out here in the parking lot, and we can see the locators kind of moving us in this direction. So it looks like it thinks our gas line is right there, which is pretty much in line with where Joey's digging right now. So let's see what our depth. And we're at 2 foot right here. All right, so we've got our footer diagrams out, so we're going to go ahead and start getting ready to lay out where our decks are going to go. We know that we've already got the swings laid out. They're all set and ready to roll. That part's all good. Gas line's located. Now we're going to go ahead and start doing this. So we do a little bit of math with our measurements that we've got here. Figure out how far we need to be. So what we've come up with is we need to be 12'9" towards the parking lot, and we need to be 14'4", right around 14'4" off of the fence down here. So what we've done already is we have gone ahead with our measurements, and from there to there we've gone 14'4". We went up 12'9". So we know that's where our first post is going to go, is going to be right there. So we're going to go ahead and unpack our decks. All right, well, they did ask if we could do a little bit of saving on the mulch, kind of help them a little bit with expenses when it comes to putting the finished surface in. So we went ahead, we got all this mulch kind of cleared out as best we can so they can use it up again. We'll help spread that back out once the project's all completed. But there's our island in the stream. All right, now that it's warmed up outside and we got that deck pretty much set and ready to go. Joey's got it all squared up. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start drilling for these swings. So we'll go ahead and get our first couple of posts done. So these ones that have the tape across them are the 4-foot sections where we're going to go ahead and plant these arches. So we're going to go ahead and drill that guy back there, and we're going to go ahead and drill this guy right here and get these guys set and centered and at least concreted in today so that tomorrow we can come through and do the last 3. Well, as does happen in construction, we've changed our plan a little, so we're gonna just do all the swings. All right, the Hall of Shame. It's actually not terrible. All right, Joey's gonna get the concrete set up. We're gonna go ahead and check his work real quick, and we're gonna look at these 2 poles and see how well they line up with each other. So we're gonna check our gap at the top and the bottom. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and check these 2 over here. Check our gap at the top and the bottom. Very nice. You can see when we go back and forth, we've got the same distance between them. Take a look at our diagonal over here. See that we've got the same on our diagonal. Sun makes it look a little off, but we've got, let me get out of the sun because it looks like we might be able to fix that one. So we can kick that bottom over just a touch. See how the gap opens up at the bottom there, but we're still closed up at the top up here. So we'll kick that one over just a touch. And this one over here looks good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna give this guy over here a little kick, and then we'll be ready for concrete. All is good. All right, well, at the end of day 1, we managed to get our first deck set, which is usually our goal for every day. Normally and typically we would unload a semi-truck, go ahead and do our inventory, then go ahead and get at least 1 deck set, and that would be a good first day for us. But today, since this truck was already unloaded, we were here several weeks ago, we did manage to go ahead and get this deck set. And then of course we did manage to go ahead and get all 4 bays of the swing set up in the ground, got everything cleaned up. So tell you what, for a first day, given the limited daylight, it's a heck of a first day. So we'll be back tomorrow, pick up where we left off, and get bolting and screwing on this monster right here. See you tomorrow. Well, here we are on day 2. Good morning. Freezing cold as expected. I think it's about 32 degrees out here right now. Got a good game plan for today. Our plan for today is we are going to go ahead and we are going to finish up this guy here. So we got the first deck set yesterday. That was our first. So we've got to add our arch deck. We have to add our next platform deck, and then we've got a triangle deck that we're going to be putting on there, and then of course our transfer station. Once we get all of those parts put on there, Joey will begin working on the slides. I'll start working on some of the climbers. We'll kind of work, back and forth. Going to go ahead and get this completed. So we've got our decks all set up. Joey's got us unpacked and ready to roll. We've got our decks right over here. We're going to go ahead and set these guys out side by side on the ground over here. Once we get those set down on the ground, we'll go ahead and put our drill pins in. We're going to get the machine warmed up, get the auger bit put on. We're going to get to work. All right, we've got the decks laid out. We're going to go ahead, get them pinned in, and start drilling these holes. Get these posts in. All right, time to start drilling holes and setting poles. And just like that, 5 holes. All right, we're gonna get these tamped, we're gonna get them bricked, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the post spots in them. All right, posts are in. Let's go ahead and start setting some decks. I'm gonna move the camera so we can get a force view. Well, there you have it, folks. That's 5 posts, 3 decks, 9:30. All right, let's go see what we can get into next. Joey's gonna go ahead and start with our railings. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get our steps going, you know, so the kids can get up there. We're gonna get our steps moving, and we're gonna put them right. We're gonna put them right there, like ish. The cold front coming this way, and the sun coming from this way. And Joey's gonna put up that archwork right there. Go to work now. Oh boy. Oh, don't pay rent, gotta go. The big immovable rock.
First day of the machine is to screw something off.
Oh, it's a piece of wood. Nice. I get the Civil War era tree stump right in my hole. Alright, that hole is nowhere near where I need it. See, something real magical happens when I get on the machine. I find everything that's undiggable. Literally. I found a tree.
On a tree?
No, like an actual
Tree.
tree. It is actually a stump. Literally drilled right through the center of a stump.
How you roll, Jay? How you roll?
Yeah, right. It's all wood. This is wood, 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 wood. Literally drilled right in the center of the stump. One of its one of its mother roots is right over here. Should buy a lot of ticket. Why are you getting so much done?
You're working.
Was there anything left from that F-clamp kit? Like
Yeah,
3?
over here.
3?
2.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, because we had to use 1 and then you used 4, so that's 5. So this is just 6, 7. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Brain rot. You probably want to know what Joey's working on over there, so let's go show you. So he's drilling the holes for the chain climber. It's going to go up on this side. I'm going to continue on with the railings for the broken escalator over here, and he's going to start drilling that hole for the other, Hoopty curly climber. So that's where we're headed. All right, well now we've basically got a minefield, but we'll be okay. I gotta drill some holes. We'll be right back. Well, there's a reason I paused it, and it's because I knew what I was gonna hit. And it's the rest of that tree stump. So everything in this entire area is basically, I don't know, it's gotta be a tree about this big. I was able to drill through the stump on that hole. We missed it on the very edge of that one. I missed it on the very edge of this one. But that guy right there, I'm pretty sure this is the top. So it's nothing but wood. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and start a fire, make a little burn pit. Come back in about a week and see if it's all gone, and we can finish this project then. I got no other ideas. I don't know. When we last left off, I was trying to figure out that tree stump, so we got it figured out. A couple of drills, a couple of shovels. Anyway, long story short, we're back in business. Things are moving forward. So we're always gonna put those railings on the arch bridge. Right over there, we're gonna finish up this transfer station. Same. Which one? Yes. One transfer station finally complete.
How's it going?
We're getting there. There's a big old tree buried right there.
Yeah, we cut one down about 2 years ago.
Was it about right there?
Yep. Yep.
I found it.
I'm sure they just cut it down. They didn't dig it up.
No, ma'am, they did not.
Right.
I thought it was probably about this big.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Shaded the whole playground. We loved it. Sorry.
I found it everywhere.
No, I'm so sorry.
Sometimes you just gotta smile about it. Time to try and put this slide together. So when you're setting a slide for a playground that's meant for little kids, you're working off of decks that are 48 inches or below. The exit height where their rear end is when it comes off of that slide at the bottom of the slide, that height's got to be between 7 and 11 inches. If your deck over here is higher than 48 inches, I believe your wiggle room there is going to be someplace between 11 and 15 inches, but that doesn't matter for here. For here it's 7 to 11. So we've got, go ahead and measure our brace to see how far our brace goes in the ground so that we can get our exit height set the right way. So went ahead and underneath the, let's see if I can show you right, there's a little laser. So we measured from that deck down 48 inches and we set our laser right there because that's where our final finished surface is supposed to be, at that 48 inches. So what we're going to do is a little bit of backward math on this brace, figure out how deep we've got these holes and where we've got to set them to. So here's our holes for our slide mount for our exit. We're going to go ahead, you'll see as we set the slide mount in, what you can see hopefully is our laser line. That's our laser. So as we drop this mount into the hole, we want our laser to be right here when we're all said and done. Do I have that in frame? There we go. So we want our laser to be right there. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on this hole, get it tamped, get our brick set in there, and get it leveled so that when it's all said and done, our laser is sitting right on that mark and we'll know that we have our slide at the right height. All right, All right, so we've got our slide set. Went ahead and got our leveling done, so we're level on top. And go ahead and see that green laser is right there at the mark we set. So that should have this slide exit at 9 inches off the finished surface. And that's how you set a slide so that the exit is at the proper height. Just for clarification, we just checked the book a 4th time. So if your deck is 48 inches or below, the maximum height of your exit region is 11 inches. There is no minimum. I said 7 to 11, but actually it's the maximum height it can be is 11 or below. I say 7 to 11 because who wants their butt coming off straight into the dirt or the mulch or whatever you got going on there. So I say 7 to 11, but 11 inches or below. So Joey, where's your laser? So I got that laser shooting at the surface level. Where are you at? About what's your measurement?
About 10.
About 10. Forgot to resume when we were doing the slides, but they're both in, they're both good. He's at 10 inches, my slide's at 9 inches, just like we expected. That's all good. I think what we're gonna do is go ahead and try and get these roofs put on. So let's get you a better view. There we go. All right. Roofs. Roofs? Roofses? Roofuses. All right, what we're gonna start doing now is start getting ready for concrete. On these chain climbers, in order to get them nice and taut, we're gonna go ahead and strap some of this stuff up and get it pulled back nice and tight so before the concrete, everything will set good. So let us get our straps going. Let us get everything ready for concrete. All right, well, Joey's coming in to do a couple of the final, flip these, flop these, ease-ins, tilt-ins, trying to get everything nice, plumb and square while we get ready for concrete. See, the straps are in, so we can go ahead and get that chain climber pulled tight. We also went ahead and put some straps on this other slide because the braces, plastic's a little malformed, so it was kicking the brace out a little bit. So put some straps, wrapped them around there, and went ahead and pulled them in so they're nice and true. We're gonna go ahead and let Joey finish up this part. The school that we're at is got carpool right now, so we can't go and get our concrete, so we're probably gonna go ahead, swap over and start putting some swings up and get ready for concrete once carpool's done. So I think that's where we're headed. Fit perfect. Concrete though. All right, we're at the end of day two. We've managed to go ahead and get all the swings up. Everybody's good and happy on here. Made a lot of progress in this entire area, to be honest with you. I'm gonna look at that perfection right there. Go ahead and just take a look at those chains all the way on down. That's a nice straight line. So things look good here. Over on the playground, we've got our sign put in. We managed to get all that mulch moved over today. So we've got that all cleaned up, so we don't really have to come back to this park tomorrow. We're gonna take our straps out and our brick out tomorrow morning, and we've got a couple of small things to do to button up this playground. Once that is completed, we will be heading over to this side where we will be putting in a second little area with spinner, and we will be putting in what they call an infinity climber wall. So that'll be a fun project. We should get that one wrapped up tomorrow, and with a little bit of luck, be done with this entire project by Thursday. So with that, we're gonna go fight 2 hours of traffic to get home. We will see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It's another day. Don't mind those bags under my eyes. I got to take them to the grocery store because we're supposed to get 1.5 feet of snow here where it doesn't snow, so not looking good. Hey, so here we are on day 3, and we got the playground all situated. So we've got Joey up there right now going ahead and putting on the ears. He's going to put those ears on for all of our safety rails and get this playground basically buttoned up. We're going to take off the straps, make sure everything is in good spot where it's supposed to be. And then we are going to head on over that way after carpool. And we are going to go ahead and start that second part of that playground, which is going to be that infinity wall, and it's going to be that spinner. So we're going to go ahead and get this done, or I might just stand here and watch Joey use his whirly gig to do his whoop-de-doo, and then we'll move over to that other park. So here we go. Welcome to the day. Well, here we go. We're getting ready to start the second playground. Got our big old spinner right there. We got to get the posts out of the truck, and then we've got the all of the timbers that are going to go ahead and make the border where all the mulch is going to go. So we're going to go ahead and start with the border. We're going to get that part laid out real quick so that the property owners here can get a look at the location where we're going to go ahead and do the install. Make sure that we get the thumbs up from them, and then we can go ahead and start doing our drilling and get these 2 items set. So that's about where we're headed. Quick update on the Atlanta weather. Now it's just going to be rain, no snow. We'll check back in an hour. Everybody gets coffee breaks, right? Right? Coffee break. All right, well, we got the coffee refill, and we got the weather update. It's going to be 68 and mostly to partly sunny over the weekend, so we'll see what happens in the next hour. Yeah, look. Okay, yeah. All right, we're set up. Let's go see if the property owner is happy, and we'll move on. All right, great news. Property owner is happy. They're good with the layout, so we're gonna go ahead and start pinning out our drill locations. We just got a weather update. There's a hurricane watch in effect. Probably going to be making landfall here in Georgia Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna start digging holes and setting poles. Well, we're on the great hunt for water, so we'll be right back. All right, well, we found water. That was the good news. We didn't have to dig very deep for it, so we're gonna go ahead and start getting some concrete laid down. Well, my alarm went off because we've got a meeting. So we got to get to our meeting, but meet the infinity wall. All right, meeting's over. We're gonna go ahead and start marking this off. They changed the weather forecast again, so we're back to 3.5 inches of rain, flash flood warning, so it's gonna be a cold weekend. Well, all right, day 3 has come to a close. We were able to go ahead and get all the border up. We got the infinity climber up. We've got our spinner post in the ground. We're gonna let that go ahead and set up. That went well. A couple of hours of work there. And then of course behind us, this playground is all complete. We've got all the mulch raked out. Hard to see with the trailer in the way, but we should be able to come back tomorrow, wrap this job up, make sure we're cleaned up, get our dumpster out of here, and what do they say? Put a bow on this one. So, all right, y'all, I have an important appointment with my 14-year-old son. We play music bingo on Wednesdays. So we are going to the local burger joint to go play music bingo. So short day today. We'll be back tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow. Well, we're on day 4. This project is about to come to a close today. We are here to do the final steps on making sure all of our hardware is secured in our infinity wall over here. We're going to go ahead and bring the machine around and put what we call the boom pole on, and go ahead and get that spinner set on this post right here, get this all anchored down. We're going to go through and do our final safety checks. We're going to do our final measurements, take our photos for the customer and for the property owner so that they know what's going on. So with that, we're just going to go ahead and get started today. Well, if you've ever wondered what those giant poles are that sit on top of Hugo over here, we're about to show you what they're for. We call those our boom poles, and essentially it's our portable crane to help pick us up and move things in deeper. So we're going to go ahead and get this part set up, get the boom pole on the machine, and get this spinner picked up and get ready to set it. By the way, they've changed the weather forecast again. I think we're getting 3 feet of snow and sporadic tornadoes now. So on occasion during shipping, big items like this will often get knocked around inside the trucks, and it's not uncommon for them to be scratched up, gouged up, a little bit of scuff marks and whatnot. So we've got a couple of trade secret tools that we're going to use to go ahead and get these buffed out, cleaned out, and looking as best as we can for the customer. And then you fix it with fire. It never even happened. Almost like magic, but it's not, it's science. Bring you in on one of these, get you to see what we do. These big old scuffs from shipping and freight. Get your little sandpaper on there. Could use a cleaner or a Windex or something like that, but the reality is it's kind of a stain more than it is a scratch. So whatever hit it usually stains it just a little bit below the surface. So Windex or any of the other industrial toxic cleaners are not really going to get it out. Much easier just to go ahead and do it the right way the first time. Probably can't tell, but it's a little roughed up. And then we fix it. And now the blue is gone. So this is a pretty deep gouge. I don't know if the camera's really going to be able to help you out a whole lot there, but it's gouged in there pretty good. This one's kind of deep. Almost like it was never there, right? All right, we're gonna let Joey button up the rest of the Infinity Climbers over here. I gotta go use the video maker here to go ahead and get our documentation done. Check all of our measurements, make sure that we are within spec on all of our distances and our heights. So let me go ahead and get out the handy dandy little number finder. I'm gonna take my photos and my documentation, and then we'll bring this project to a close. Well, another job has come to a close. Successful completion, all of our measurements are good. All of our documentation is complete. I'm sure you can see in the other pictures, the kids are super excited. They got their muddy little footprints all over everything already. So the property owners here, they're gonna go ahead and get the mulch situated so they can bring that up to 12 inches. They're about 4 inches down. Once that's all set and ready to go, finished surface will be safe for the kids to play on, or safer for them to play on. But outside of that, this was a fantastic project. Very few issues outside of the hidden septic tank, the unmarked gas line, and the 4-foot tree stump that's someplace right there. So made it through all of those issues, not a single problem. Park is up and running. We're gonna go ahead and get Hugo loaded up, and we are gonna move on to the next job, which I believe is in South Carolina. But we'll wait. Meteorologist said cloudy with a chance of meatballs. So who knows what's gonna happen in the next 24 to 48 hours around here, but we're gonna shoot way back north, get home, get nestled in for the storm, and we'll see you when we emerge out on the other side. Thanks for watching, and hey, if you enjoyed this, it'd be really helpful. We're just getting started out to see if people enjoy this kind of content, see if this is something exciting. If you would bloop, you know, just a like. A like would be cool. Subscription would be awesome if you want to subscribe, but you don't have to. Not really doing that for this. We're not really doing this for that. We're doing this because we love what we do. So anyway, until next time, digging holes and setting poles. Y'all take care.